Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business.
Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. You know, usually during the show, I get to interview some of the biggest newsmakers in the gaming and casino industries. But this week, I'm going to be joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry. Whether it be casinos, sports betting, iGaming, esports, the gaming industry is constantly changing, and Doug's going to pick a couple of the biggest stories that occur in the last month, and we're going to talk about them and see what they mean for the gaming industry. So when we come back, we're talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month. So stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Hey, this is Dave Weischadle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of June 24th, 2024. In a move to fast-track casino expansion in New York, lawmakers greenlit a bill which will accelerate the granting of casino licenses. The bill, sponsored by Senator Joseph Adabo, passed the New York Senate in a 51-4 vote and now heads to Governor Kathy Hochul for approval. At present, there are 11 applications for 3 casino licenses for the New York City area. Hard Rock Casino Rockford has set a date for its grand opening. The Illinois property will open its doors to the public on August 29th at 3 p.m., at which time guests can experience the 175,000 square foot property playing nearly 1,300 slot machines and 50 table games. Worldwide, Hard Rock has over 300 venues in its global portfolio. And finally, for all you slot fans out there, get on over to Gold Strike Casino Resort in Biloxi, Mississippi. The Next Level Lounge, powered by Aristocrat Gaming, opened on the casino's second floor. The lounge has 45 new games from Aristocrat, including Game of Thrones King's Landing, Lightning Buffalo Link, and Buffalo and Friends. The Next Level Lounge is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio.
You're listening to House of Cards.
I'm talking sick piles of money. I'm talking lay on your bed in your Vegas room, throw the money in the air, and dance as it showers down on you money. I'm talking frosted glass limo money. I'm talking big cowboy hat, silver turquoise buckle money. I'm talking gambling.
I am in love with you.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This week, I'm joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry.
Well, I guess that opening was kind of a perfect lead into what we're going to be talking about right now. It's the 6th anniversary of the repeal of the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, also known as PASPA.
Yeah, so May 14th, right?
May 14th came and went, and everyone celebrated with however they celebrate. I put a ceremonial bet on one of my books.
Okay.
Just
That's how you did it?
Just in honor of that. So
I got to be honest, sports betting is kind of like a way of life already now in New Jersey, because New Jersey was the state that was part of the court case that went to the Supreme Court. But no, it's just you see it on TV. We talk about it all the time, and you hear it on the radio, and so it's one of those things that the anniversary came and went, and I didn't even think about it. But No, I remember where I was when I heard that PASPA was struck down, and I was in Massachusetts, by the way. So it's interesting.
Well, I remember when Borgata first opened up their sports book.
Yes. We were down actually in.
We were at a conference in Atlantic City.
The East Coast Gaming Congress. I remember that morning we were talking to a lot of people saying, hey, when do you think Atlantic City is going to get sports betting? And that morning when we were talking, 45 minutes later, Atlantic City had sports betting at Borgata.
Yep.
And by the way, I still have some of the betting sheets from that day. So I was thinking, you know what?
Frame it.
It's historic,
If you have them, frame it.
Yeah, I got to find them.
Put a little plaque on it, and
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I did leave the conference to go place a bet.
Yeah,
because I had to. I just had to. And
that's the whole reason we were at the conference, gaming, and if you're not going to be part of history, you might,
exactly. Well, we're looking back on it, and everybody's had all these different articles on and these different analyses, and we're seeing we got 38 states right now offering some form of legal sports betting. But the one thing I noticed, we're starting to see a slowdown.
Well, look, we only have 50 states.
We hit 38.
We're certainly going to have a
38
slowdown.
in 6 years. I mean, right now, what's on the horizon? That's what I'm looking at. We've got California and Texas still not moving.
Yeah.
California looks like if the Native American tribes are not involved in sports betting, it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Texas, I don't know what Texas is doing, to be honest with you.
Utah is never going to have it, I don't think.
Hawaii tries constantly. I don't know about Alaska.
I really think about Alaska, but
most people don't, except if you're living in Alaska.
I guess Alabama would be the closest one coming.
Maybe Minnesota seems to be making noise here and there. The historical horse racing stuff is
getting
kind of
closer
it
to it. We'll see.
I think the only thing I could see on the horizon this year is maybe the retail launching in North Carolina, commercial retail launching in North Carolina. They launched mobile, commercial mobile. They've already had the Native American casinos having sports betting. They haven't launched a commercial retail yet, and from what reports are out there, they really haven't addressed that yet. But that's the only thing.
A lot of states online works for them. What is it? New Hampshire.
In Vermont?
New Hampshire and Vermont, only online, which I guess is fine for them and makes some money.
You got Tennessee.
Online is great because it keeps the overhead down.
Yep.
If you do online, you don't do retail. For retail, you have to hire people. You have to hire staff. You have to hire people behind the cages and things like that. So, maybe it's good for some of these states just for online.
Well, I just realized when we were just talking Vermont and New Hampshire is online only, we still got Maine as online only, but they're going to be launching retail soon. So, maybe the next couple of states are going to be retail more so than online. Everyone's focused on the mobile side of everything.
So right now, it 38 states, you said?
38 states.
I'm curious, are we
and I
by
guess,
this time next year, are we going to have over 40 states?
Well, you also got to remember Puerto Rico. I guess District of Columbia, you can. I don't know if you want to lump that into
we would
the
call
states.
that a jurisdiction.
That's a jurisdiction, just like Puerto Rico.
That's why everyone says jurisdictions.
But the one thing I'm really, really surprised at, we've had not only the growth of the industry this quickly, it's plateauing a bit.
Sure, about
online casino has not yet taken off.
I think that's the next big frontier. I think
I don't know.
Going to be.
I don't know. I see a lot of resistance.
It's interesting. The states are lining up to have sports betting over the last couple of years, but online casinos and online poker they're a little wary of. So I don't know.
You just mentioned online poker. Online poker may be the next thing because you've got Bet Rivers. There's reports out there they're rebranding Run It Once to Bet Rivers Poker.
Sure,
and you've got the interstate act for several states now.
And
from
all the signs, BetMGM is making some noise, and they're going to have some pretty big announcements coming up pretty soon.
They just got the extension on the license for launching in Nevada, so maybe that's in the works there.
I know they're testing some things out, and so I'm sure that's kind of close. And it's going to be an interesting couple of months.
Yeah.
So,
and then we've got all the scandals going on too. I mean, you have the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NFL have all had public issues with betting.
I gotta be honest with you. I mean, it's not the flood of problems that a lot of people who were opponents of sports betting were predicting. They thought it was going to be corruption everywhere, but really the industry has really policed itself. The technology and the companies and the programs that everyone has to make sure everything's on the up and up, and all the integrity of issues, the sports and the integrity issues are addressed and dealt with quickly. So I think good on the industry for having not only increased the sports betting market, but also increased the protections of the sports betting market.
You know what's interesting? And maybe I missed it, but I don't remember seeing an NHL betting scandal yet. I know we had the guy Kane with the gambling issues way back when.
Oh yeah, there was a couple. Yeah, but like I said, everything was addressed very quickly.
But I didn't see anything with the
technology.
NHL.
Is amazing.
I didn't see anything regarding similar issues like the other three leagues have had with the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a Canadian Football League one before we've had a major NHL situation.
Sure.
So I'm actually surprised at that.
Seriously, nothing like the problems that people were predicting, or the opponents of sports betting were predicting.
They were doing that to scare people.
That's doom and gloom, and the way of American sports will be gone if you allow sports betting. And no, it hasn't.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those were cautionary tales created so that when it did happen, the NFL got it on their terms.
I got to tell you,
baseball got it on their terms.
What has been interesting to me is, prior to PASPA, all the leagues were against it. After PASPA,
they've adapted to it.
Oh my God! I use the word embrace sometimes, and I think they've embraced it. I mean, geez, boy, NFL
like a fish in water.
I mean,
they wanted it. They just wanted it on their terms.
Well, I remember before this whole thing started, some of the professional leagues wanted an integrity fee.
Yeah, that's still there, but I don't think it's as much. So, but looking forward to the next 6 years, see what happens.
Yes, happy birthday, PASPA. Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath & Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie-cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need. It's never been easier or more affordable than right now to get the bathroom of your dreams. We have the best monthly programs in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no payments, no interest for 18 months with approved credit. The hardest part of your new bathroom is gutting and building the tub and shower. If your bathing area is old, there could be damage behind the walls and possible mold and mildew, which can be a serious safety issue. At BCI, we don't cover a problem, we fix it. Call now to get a never-clean glass-treated door with the no-track system at half off for the first 50 callers. Factory-trained, certified installers made in the USA and discounts for seniors and military. Call 800-755-0466. That's 800-755-0466.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Whoa! I think we got a show.
Oh, yeah, we got a show.
We definitely got a show.
Oh, yeah, there's a show. Hey, it's all about ratings, baby, and we got them.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
Well, we're inching closer and closer to the launch of the new EA Sports college football video game.
Okay.
And everybody's eagerly awaiting this since the last time they actually sold this game was 2013.
Wow. Okay.
And the formal name right now is EA Sports College Football 25.
Okay. Hey, which one had the curse attached to it? That's Madden, right?
That's Madden.
That's Madden. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
Madden.
EA Sports College Football 25 is curse-free, I guess.
Right now it's curse-free.
We should do that. It's curse-free.
Well, hopefully it stays curse-free because the cover they just released has about 6 big names on it.
Okay.
So,
hey, fingers crossed.
Exactly.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's the Madden Pro one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they typically release the game in July. So we're starting to see the build-up. They're starting to release the cover photos. They did some in-game screenshot releases. They've done they got a trailer coming out.
Yeah. Now, is this the first EA college sports?
EA Sports College Football.
Well, I screwed that up. But is this the first one since the NIL deals became very prevalent?
This is the first one with NIL deals.
Oh, okay.
And
I was curious. As soon as you said that, I was like, "Uh-oh, they got to pay some of the college athletes." All of the college athletes, by the way.
Every athlete you see reimagined in the game,
okay,
they have the ability to work out a deal where they get $600,
all right,
and a copy of the game.
Oh, okay.
But the guys on the cover, interestingly enough, were the first ones to execute NIL deals with EA Sports. And they have individual deals that are not even disclosed yet.
Well, they're on the cover.
Well, there are other athletes that are going to get big deals, too.
By the way, they're reimagined for the game? Is that the word people use now?
They're avatars.
They're animated? That's what they call them now, reimagined. We're going to reimagine you. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's a digital representation. How about that? Okay. I figured reimagine was an easier way to saying digital representation.
Is that like marketing talk?
Yeah, I've seen that in several press releases.
We're going to reimagine you.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see where they go with this because there's a lot of collectives out there that are very interested in trying to rework these deals already. The NIL deals, because $600 is not a lot of money.
No.
Especially for a game that the last time it was out, like I said, it was in 2013. 1.5 million copies were sold.
Okay.
So everyone's wondering if there are going to be royalties involved with this. Mm-hmm. And again, you can't have one good thing without several bad things attached to it. And we'll see where the NIL collectives fall down on this, but I'm very curious to see how this game looks and acts and how many of these athletes did this NIL deal. Because if they didn't do the NIL deal, it's just going to be a generic figure.
Okay.
Instead of their actual images.
I'm assuming everyone did it. I mean,
not everyone has signed on.
No?
No. Okay. Supposedly there are several of them.
Are these the bigger names that haven't signed on yet, or are they the, I don't know, the kickoff holder or whether the field goal?
It's both. It's both.
Okay.
So, some are big names and some are.
Why wouldn't you just get $600? And I mean, look, if you're playing football, you have a scholarship, and you probably have no chance to make the pros, probably. So it's one of those things where, okay, give me $600 and give me the game.
Well, again, it's
I'll be immortalized forever.
Well, again, some of the I don't want to call them kids, but some of the athletes may want royalties.
Sure.
And if this is going to sell millions of copies at probably a good chunk of change, why wouldn't you want a percentage at least thrown into an NIL collective that everyone could share it?
But there's going to be so many athletes involved. I mean,
several hundred.
That's what I mean. I mean, if everyone gets a 1% deal of royalty, I mean, I don't know how that's going to be profitable for EA Sports.
I'm just wondering how much of a percentage the cover athletes are going to get.
Well, that's a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, they're helping sell the game.
Yeah.
So
more and more details have been coming out, and it's very, very interesting what they've created here. Okay. And I am fascinated with it, and it's probably going to be the last exit I do on it because there's not much more to talk about until it comes out.
All right.
They released a lot of the information on the different features that are part of the game. Now, first of all, they're going to release 3 different versions of it.
3 different versions?
3 different versions.
Now, are
different prices.
Different prices, I guess, a deluxe version.
Different perks are allowed and all that stuff. Okay. You're going to have the standard edition for $70, $69.99. Then you have the deluxe edition at $99.99. Then the ultimate edition, or whatever they want to call it, is the MVP bundle, is what they call it.
Okay.
$150.
How does this work? I mean, I remember when we were kids playing the Atari, and it's a cassette, and you put it in, and it's pretty standard and all non-changing. It doesn't do anything. I mean, do these sports, which are heavily dependent on statistics, do they update? I mean, once you put the basic
That's one of the feature stuff.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Well, first of all,
I didn't read it, and I was curious about it.
Let me show you.
It's all stat-driven. Yeah. You just can't.
Well, no, they introduced AI.
Well, okay. There you go.
First off, the MVP bundle, by the way, $150 for it might actually be worth it because you get the early release for Madden.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's good.
So that's kind of an interesting perk to it. But a couple different new modes that they put back in, and they brought one back. The Dynasty mode is back. You could create a coach in it. You pick one of the 134 FBS schools in the game, build up a program from high school recruiting, transfer portals.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Then you have the Road to Glory, which you can create a player from high school on up.
Oh, my God.
Transfer portals included, all that. Then this is the new part that I found incredibly interesting, the Campus IQ system.
All right.
Which includes the wear and tear system. It's a subsystem within it.
What does
the wear and tear system monitors all your players through the season.
All right.
And it adds up the hits, the impacts, everything that would wear and tear on the player's body.
Okay.
And that affects the digital player's performance in the games.
Oh, okay.
So you have to start looking at how to manage injuries, how to replace players at the right time.
I mean, are there injuries on this thing?
There is now.
There is now injuries.
There is fatigue in this now.
Okay. All right.
And it's just amazing, this technology that they're having. And
I know, we talk NBA about this a lot, but load management, now you have to figure in load management.
Digital load
management.
Yep. And again, you have a risk of injury associated with each player now that you have on your team, which I've never seen that before in a video game.
All right.
So
interesting.
It's the development of this technology just for a video game. And, there's online competitions, too. You can play against other players, all the other
curious
customers.
If, actual sports team takes this kind of information on the computer and kind of does their own kind of load management, or is that in the future for coaching staff? I mean, real life coaching staff.
They have all that data.
They have all that kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah. It's whether or not they use it in the right way. Sure. That's where this comes in as well.
That's where coaching comes in.
Yeah, I mean, look at my Jets. They have injury management. They were injured all last year. Everybody.
It's so hard to figure out the Jets. You had your quarterback almost becoming a vice presidential candidate.
Yeah.
So
I'm just talking.
That is the most Jets thing ever. If one of your high-priced quarterbacks
in terms of injury, I'm talking about not the moronic stuff off the field that some of these guys do. Yeah. But you saw what happened with the Jets. Offensive line decimated, quarterback gone. Mm-hmm. Defensive people were injured all the time. So this actually, I would hope the NFL has this information too for their players, and I guess maybe it's a matter of a coach using it the right way.
Sure, absolutely.
This actually could be a coaching tool.
Yeah, absolutely. Stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand. Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
If you don't have final expense life insurance, this message is for you. LifeCare provides valuable information about whole life insurance to help cover final expenses, medical bills, burial costs, and other final expenses. A final expense life insurance policy is fast and available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exam, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral costing $9,420 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses. Your premium will never increase. Your policy will have a cash value and a death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense life insurance with a lifetime lock, call 800-601-9488. That's 800-601-9488.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Where was the house? Where was the house of cards?
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
We're seeing something very interesting happening in the online sports betting world, especially in the United States, and also the retail sports betting industry. Mm-hmm. A lot of states are looking at raising their tax rates.
Yeah.
There's growing momentum.
It's called greed.
Yeah, it's called greed. Yeah. Well, no, they see the success New York is having with the 51%.
You know what this is the equivalent of? You know, if you're a sports bettor and you put money on a bet and it was like a plus 500 and you win that bet, you're thinking, man, I wish I put more money on that. That's what the states are doing right now.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be this successful. I wish we taxed them more. Well, let's change the taxes now.
You know, you have two.
That's what they're doing.
You have two states, actually three.
I should have put more money on it.
If you count Florida, you got 3 states with 50% tax rates. You got
New York
Hampshire,
is 51. Yeah,
New Hampshire and New York are both 51. You got Florida the same way. We don't know what's going on with that, with the court case still going on. But you know, it's kind of interesting to see exactly. I don't know if it's exactly what you're saying in terms of I wish I had bet more.
Sure
that kind of.
Yeah, sure it is.
But they're seeing
Jersey wants to do.
They're seeing the success of the tax rate, and I'm not talking about in terms of the money coming in. That's one aspect.
You know what they're seeing?
They're seeing no one leaving.
Yeah, operators are paying it.
Yeah,
you know,
operators are not leaving. That's the key.
But the one thing is, 51% in New York. Yeah, because it's New York, because it's a huge population center. You're going to make money there. 51% somewhere else, that might be a little sketchy.
Well, Massachusetts tried that.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, one of their representatives or senators proposed an amendment to the sports betting bill to raise their tax rate from, I think it was 15 or 20% to 50. That got shot down right away. No one even wanted to talk about it. He spent, I believe somebody said it was 30 minutes on just a soliloquy on the evils of gambling.
Okay.
And, it was to raise it to 50%. No, that was too much. I guess that's too much of a jump because, you're seeing states now like Illinois. Illinois Senate and House, at the time we're recording this, Senate and the House both passed a gradated tax structure.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting to see because it actually, I don't want to say penalizes the sports books making a hell of a lot more than the lower tier books, but something like that kind of makes sense to me.
There's all these weird plans. I know some states were looking at taxing the handle, which is ridiculous.
Well, it's working for Tennessee.
Well, yeah, but geez,
I think that only works really if you're just an online sports betting industry only. Retail, I don't know if that would work that well for.
Okay, that handle is not earned income for the sports book operator, so I don't know how you're taxing them because of that, but that, whatever. I'm sure they have an equation that they'll figure that one out. But no, it's just, oh my God, the states thought, boy, we're taxing these things too low because we see that they're making money or they're not leaving, and we see New York at 51% and they're paying it, and they have no problem paying it. And they have a problem paying it. But they're not leaving.
No,
they're not. So,
they can threaten all they want.
Yeah,
too.
They're not leaving.
Because I remember when New York.
But
first,
again, not every state is New York. Not every state has a population center like New York City.
You got a state like Pennsylvania now. They're considering it.
Sure,
and
they're all considering it.
They're 36%. They're one of the highest in the country.
Sure.
After New York and New Hampshire, but they made the case. Their tax rate is 36%. But it's only on the taxable revenue. You get rid of the deductions, the promos, all that stuff.
Sure.
And they figured it came out to about 25% of what the revenue actually was. When you take out all the other extraneous stuff that the sports books like taking out.
Well, it's business expenses. It's deductions. It's that's why these corporations hire these big time accountants to figure out the tax code and get around some of the loopholes of the tax code.
Well, the question I have is...
And they hire lawyers, too, to do that, too.
It's a whole train.
I'm not going to jump on
It's a whole food chain.
It's a whole food
chain. But I just think maybe, you have the laddered schedule, 10, 20, all the different levels for that. But wouldn't it, I think probably the best way to do it might be change the amount of promo deductions. Because if you change the amount of deductions a sportsbook can do, you're actually taxing more of their revenue than it is after you take all the deductions out of it.
Sure.
I mean, I think, is it Virginia or West Virginia or one of the other states like that? Now the sportsbooks that are operating there can't take any more deductions. And now they're getting more and more tax revenue. So I'm wondering if passing tax legislation is the right way to go when you just automatically just change the deductions.
Okay. Well, there's one thing to consider. I mean, you raise the taxes, lower the taxes, the states are going to do what they want. Sports betting operators also hire a lot of people. I don't want that affecting people's jobs or people's benefits or anything like that. Because when the state starts taxing you on deductions, well, guess what? Your employees have to,
well, if you
figure out things too.
Okay, here's another thing. I saw a lot of reporters point this out when the Illinois tax structure was going through committee. Not a single objection was raised.
No. Well,
At that time, no one, I guess maybe they thought it was never going to go through, but no one raised any objections to it. It only when the House passed it did you see a lot of people complaining.
Okay.
Because I guess then it became reality.
Yeah, no, well, reality hit them in the face.
But the problem is, if you're going to complain about Illinois, you got to either step out of New York too to back up your statements, because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to threaten to back out of Illinois if you're going to stay in New York, if you're a FanDuel or DraftKings or Caesars.
And by the way, I'm not crying for sports books. You know, they if you're going to do business in the state, you owe the state some money because you're there for a reason and to help out the state. So,
and that going in.
But there's there's a balance. So the state has to be, a little fair to the sports books, as well as, the sports books have to realize they exist in the state because the state's getting money from them. So.
But when that going in,
there has to be a balance.
Yeah. We're going to switch gears here, and we are going to be talking about the SEC and their attempt at protecting their players from the evils of gambling by talking about launching what they're calling not injury reports, but availability reports.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the reason for switching it from an injury report to availability report. I guess it sounds better than injury report. And what they're hoping this will do, the conference commissioner was concerned about people approaching the players for inside information about who's playing, if the player themselves are hurt. And what these availability reports will be doing is releasing this information to the general public before a game starts, so people don't go to the players and offer them money or threaten them or anything else like that.
My question is, how far in advance will people know of the availability of athletes? I mean, if it's in 2 hours before the game, okay. But is this going to be days before? Because
they are working out the timing on that.
Okay.
But according to what I've seen in reports, the Big Ten has injury reports. Mm-hmm. They release them 2 hours before a game, which really does nothing. I mean, if you're going to approach a player, you're going to approach them earlier in the week before they announce that.
You got to wait till to get the numbers you want.
Yeah.
But look, injury reports, I always thought they were for the gambling public, even in the 70s. And why are you releasing an injury report? No fan needs to know that. You know why they need to know it? Whether to put money on it. Yeah. So, that was for, at the time, Las Vegas, who had only legal sports betting. So, it's that's what it was. But I can see what they're attempting. I think it's good. I think their heart's in the right place. It's just execution. I mean, if you're telling me 2 hours in advance, that's
that's the Big Ten. They call them injury reports. That's released 2 hours before every game, Big Ten game.
But like I said,
the SEC is considering this as an alternative. They're not doing injury reports right now. Availability reports, they don't know when they're going to be releasing it. Mm-hmm. It's still a possibility that they may not do this.
I got to tell you, in some sports, a lot of gamblers follow, at the time, Twitter, but now X, because, when you're interested in a game, you always try and follow the staff writers of the particular team to see who's available that day, and that's one of the places you go for information. So, like I said, if you're doing something like this, it has to be, something that is meaningful. You just can't do it like an hour before the game. So hopefully, this can be released in a timely fashion to make everyone happy and safe and fully informed and be transparent about what's happening with the game and things like that. So we'll see. I mean, it's all about timing.
I like the fact they're doing this at the same time the NCAA itself is looking at the player prop situation for college sports. Again, this is only for football. The SEC is doing this just for football, but the NCAA is pushing the banning of all player props for college athletes. This helps out with the protection of the player athlete.
Yeah, I know. I get that, and I think it's a great idea, and I think, helpful, but also there has to be some rules. I know this is NCAA, but coaches have to. I remember in the Bill Belichick always put Tom Brady on the injury report for an elbow or something like that,
or a hamstring.
He always
or a shoulder,
played.
Yeah.
He always played. I mean, he wasn't taking them out. So the one thing about injury reports and availability, you have to be careful with them because some coaches use them as part of their strategy, to throw off the other side. And
Well,
the other team
NHL has upper body injury listed on
I
some of those.
I don't know what the hell upper body injury or lower
that's
body
why the
injury.
NHL coaches do it that way. Some teams have those.
That's why I have a hard time betting on the NBA during regular season.
The load
availability
management.
and load management. I mean, that throws everything into chaos if you're a bettor or anything like that.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country, the continent, sometimes the world, talking about the latest jackpots in the lottery and casino industries. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. This week, we're going to start off in our own backyard. We're going to the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I got to ask you a question. Just, we speak for a living. We're gaming
attorneys. We try to speak.
We're on the radio and things like that. Is it Borgata or the Borgata? I've always had a question about this. It's weird that I bring it up now, but you mentioned Borgata. I've done it both ways. I've interviewed people from the Borgata or Borgata. So what is it? Is it the Borgata or Borgata?
I have gotten down to this dichotomy. When you're using the full name of the casino,
okay.
Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa,
okay.
There's no the in front of it. When you're talking to somebody and you just use Borgata, I always say the Borgata.
Because I saw a commercial, two people getting ready to have a dinner party.
We were at Borgata, the online
I'm
online
at
casino.
Borgata, and the woman says, I want to be at Borgata. She didn't say, I want to be at the Borgata.
No, but when we're talking to people, I always say the Borgata.
Okay.
When
we're
right. saying
I just wanted to clear it up.
And also, the online casino now just refers to itself as Borgata.
Yes.
So
okay.
Just by that commercial alone right there, there's so
like
many
I said,
different
I've
ways.
interviewed people from Borgata, and I've done it both ways, so I don't know.
Well, we got a couple from Borgata, just so you know.
Okay.
Right now, we've got in Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa. I'm saying the formal name here.
Okay.
And actually, I didn't even get this from Borgata. I got this from AGS, which is the game manufacturer.
Okay.
Table games player, Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City. I'm reading that exactly off the press release. Hit a bonus spin extreme progressive jackpot in early May.
All right. Okay.
Player was playing the linked bonus spin extreme.
Sounds like
game.
it's going to be a big one. So if you say
actually,
progressive and linked and things, those are buzzwords for a big jackpot.
Now, whatever his original bet was not mentioned.
All right.
But he made the $5 side bet, which triggered this bonus spin extreme wheel. It's a bonus feature on this game.
Okay.
From there, according to the release, because they described it step by step, the outer wheel spun, landed on the triple diamond top progressive jackpot, which paid out $1,255,697 to this lucky player.
Wow. Wow, congratulations. Whoever he or she is, it's
unnamed player.
Pretty impressive.
They know who it is. I wasn't going to say.
Oh, of course.
They're unnamed. They remained anonymous here. The jackpot, this is interesting. This is why I got it from the manufacturer more so than the casino, because they were proud of it.
Sure.
This is all their games.
Absolutely.
This is all their games. The AGS Bonus Spin Extreme is linked to Blackjack, Baccarat, and a game called Crisscross Poker. All across Borgata. It's all property only progressive. It's not. It's called a wide area progressive.
Okay.
That means it's just on the one property. So we have the 1.2 million.
Well, that's an interesting point. I mean, when we get press releases from about jackpots, they're either from the casinos or actually from the game manufacturers.
I'm getting a lot from the game manufacturers now.
This is they have their PR people working overtime when you hit a jackpot. So.
Well, it's not only
because look, I want to find this game at Borgata now. So I'm interested.
You got to think about the way the industry is right now. It's not just promotion for the property to send out a press release. If these games pay out like this, it brings in repeat business to the property it's located, and the game manufacturer wants other casinos to pick up their games.
Well, there's that, and there's also the element of online casinos for states that have online casinos. I'm in New Jersey. I'm going to go look for this game online now at Borgata.
This is not.
I don't know if it's online.
This is not online.
But I will look for some of these. Products from this manufacturer.
The Triple Diamond game is online.
Okay, there you go.
But the Bonus Spin Extreme wheel may not be attached to it online.
Yeah, probably not. It doesn't sound like it's one of those online kind of things.
But
maybe it is. I don't know.
AGS does both, online and brick and mortar, but this was brick and mortar.
But I will look for it online, though.
I'll look for it next time in Borgata.
Sure.
We're leaving Atlantic City, and we're going out to the Venetian. We've got a face-up Pai Gow poker jackpot. Kevin from Canada. I'm not saying his last name for,
Sure.
Kevin from Canada was playing face-up Pai Gow poker Friday morning. I'm assuming when they say Friday morning, it's after midnight, but before 6 a.m. Because usually it's a late
who knows?
night thing.
You can play these games anytime. So.
He won the progressive jackpot for face-up Pai Gow poker when he was dealt 5 aces.
Okay.
Well, it's a joke.
I know.
It sounds weird when you say 5 aces.
Yeah. So,
but we have 5 aces being dealt to Kevin from Canada, winning $219,578 because he did the $5 side bet, activating the progressive jackpot.
Wow. Okay.
And it's not even the full progressive jackpot he won. The full, right now, at the time we're taping this, the full progressive jackpot for face-up Pai Gow poker at the Venetian is $1,976,404.
Okay.
So, that's a big chunk of change there. I don't know exactly where the 5 aces triggers only a portion versus all of it. It's very rare to see 5 aces.
Okay.
So, now we're staying in Nevada, but we're heading over to the Aquarius Casino Resort.
Have we ever had anything?
Never had
from
the
here?
Aquarius
Okay.
on. We have never
Not to say that no one has won there, we just never reported on Aquarius.
We have never had an award-winning casino named the Aquarius. This is the best Laughlin casino according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal's Best of Nevada Awards.
Congratulations, Aquarius. Can I say I'm getting a lot of, email about cheap hotel rooms in Henderson and Laughlin, and I mean really, really good hotel rooms for not a lot of money. So that might be one of the places, when you go to Nevada, it might be one of those places to look at.
I got one from one of them out there. It was $29 a night, including complimentary breakfast and all that stuff.
That's incredible. Yeah, check out Henderson, check out Laughlin, and, frequent them because it's pretty cheap.
Well, the award-winning Aquarius Casino
and
Resort...
they're winning awards, too.
...is living up to its name, up to the award. On Memorial Day weekend, we have a pair of jackpots won.
All right.
We have $168,569.
Nice.
And $76,222. 2 lucky locals.
Good.
Within 24 hours of each other.
Oh, that's great.
Beautiful weekend for those players.
Absolutely.
2 separate progressive jackpots being played out. One on the Blazing 7 slot machine, that was the $168,000 jackpot. And the other one was a $1 bet on a Blazing 777 machine. Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with the Blazing 7s.
Yeah.
This is Blazing 777.
Okay.
So that was $76,000.
All right.
Now we're heading back over to the East Coast. I should have organized these better by the coast because we just started with Borgata, went out to Nevada, and now we're back in Jersey because we got another edition of Jersey Jackpots.
All right. I have my pen here. See if people on TV can pen because I'm writing things down because there's always a lot of jackpots for the online casinos here. And let me tell you, I don't know if I can do this because coming up, I'm having jury duty. And one of the things about jury duty is you're sitting in a room until you're called. I mean, you're sitting in the courthouse room in New Jersey until you're called.
Unless it's virtual.
To determine if you're going to be part of the jury. You know, they have books and magazines there in the jury room.
They make you watch a video.
They make you. Well, I already saw the video online.
Well, you did it online, yeah. So
I'm just wondering if I'm sitting there doing nothing with my phone. I wonder if I
just make sure the sound's off.
Yeah, if I could play some slot machines or some video poker or something like that while I'm waiting to be called in. Because all you're doing is sitting there reading a book or reading your magazine, waiting to be called. So
how about this for an odd situation if it ever happened? You're sitting in jury duty and you go on the online poker site and you're playing against another person that's already in the room with you for jury duty.
Right. Well, let me tell you something. I wouldn't be playing poker because just in case you're called in to another room to determine if you're going to be part of the jury, you're going to have to cut off the game right away. So I figure,
just fold. Yeah.
I figure I'll
Slot
if I can, slots or something like that, or I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know if they have anything blocked or if they rules about that or anything.
I don't know if they have any blocking.
You're just
software
sitting there, you're sitting there with your phone. You might as well do something.
That's a good question. I don't know if I know a lot of state offices in Jersey have blocking
do
software.
They? I don't know,
but I don't know if the courthouse has that kind of blocking software.
We're lawyers and we don't even know this. Lawyers generally are just so unaware of the jury process. We wait till the jury comes in and we ask them questions to see if they want to be a jury. Then they go back and wait in the back jury room to see if they're called again or whatever.
Or if they're needed.
Or if they're needed again.
You may be able to settle the case.
I just don't know if I've never played slot machines in a courthouse before. I don't even know if you
never thought about doing that.
If I got to walk in and just sit around for 3 hours with my phone and it's legal in Jersey, I wonder if I can do that. So.
Well, see, last year I did jury duty, but mine was virtual.
See, someone's going to call up and say, or you're not supposed to do that, or you can do that.
Hey, I hope so.
I don't know. I
don't
know. I'm sitting there with my phone. It's going to be on silent, so they don't say you can't use your phone just waiting around the jury room waiting to be called. So, who knows?
Well, here we are. Talking Jersey Jackpots.
Okay, Jersey Jackpots.
The show within a show.
I'm waiting for next month. A guy from Jersey named Dave was sitting and waiting to be called to be a jury member, and he won $1 million. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I'll draft that out.
Yeah, right.
I'll get that ready.
It's prediction.
Yes. So. But here we are, a show within a show, Jersey Jackpots.
Right.
Before we get into the individual jackpots, we have 7 DraftKings.com jackpots to talk about this week.
Didn't we have a lot of DraftKings jackpots last time for Jersey Jackpots?
Yes.
My God.
And then we also have 8 brick-and-mortar jackpots to talk about $100,000 or more.
Before I shut up and let you go into this, DraftKings.com, really fun casino. Do they still have that rocket game?
That is one of their biggest games.
Okay, that's a lot of. I only know how to explain it.
You don't get your newsletters from the casino?
Well, you have to shoot out the rocket, and you have to. What do you have to do? You have to hit a button before it explodes.
You have to bail out before the rocket explodes.
Okay, yeah, so.
I don't think you'd ever see this on.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen a $100,000 win off the DK rocket yet.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll be quiet and let you do Jersey jackpots.
Well, we're going to start off in DraftKings.com May 15th. May 15th, DraftKings.com. Every's Atomic Meltdown paid out $1,504,527.85.
Wow. Okay.
Staying with DraftKings.com on the same day.
Same day? Okay.
Evolution's Divine Fortune paid out $329,944.35. So that's about almost $2 million worth of jackpot.
In one day.
One day.
Wow.
Staying with DraftKings.com. We're now moving over to May 16th. We've got $100,000 on DraftKings.com playing Slingo Extreme, the Triple Extreme. By the way, first time I've seen a really bad misspelling in the spreadsheet from the Division of Gaming Enforcement. It was Slongo, Extreme.
Slongo.
Yes, I started looking it up.
Is that a new game?
That's
okay.
right. I started looking around for
Slingo.
it. I realized it's Slingo Extreme.
All right.
May 17th, $283,264.80 on DraftKings.com.
Again?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Playing Wolf Legend Megaways from the company named Paul.
Okay.
Yes.
Paul.
Okay.
We've
had several of those before.
Paul?
Yes.
Okay.
And going to the Boardwalk in Atlantic City, we have Hard Rock Atlantic City.
Oh my God! No DraftKings this time. Oh my God!
Oh, we'll be back to that.
Oh,
Don't worry. $101,781.66 at the Hard Rock Atlantic City on the Boardwalk. Aristocrats Dollar Storm Ninja Moon.
All right.
Next day, May 18th, back to DraftKings.com. $158,100. Playing IGT's Da Vinci Diamonds. Fun game to play. It's one of those cascaders.
Okay.
Yeah, where you actually have the things disappear and it falls down and more symbols pop up.
All right.
May 19th, $100,000, 32 cents. DraftKings.com. Playing Williams, Jinjiao Bao Endless Treasures.
Oh, okay.
May 20th, we've got $116,400 on DraftKings.com again.
My God, what the hell's okay? I'm jumping on DraftKings.com now.
IGT's Cleopatra this time.
Wow, how much they win that one?
$116,400.
All right.
Then we go back over to the Boardwalk. We've got
like I said, not Boardwalk. I'm reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Marina.
Marina.
The Marina.
It's Borgata.
I apologize.
It's Borgata.
We started with Borgata. We're back at Borgata, Atlantic City. I'm sorry, Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City. IGT's Wheel of Fortune Double Diamond paid out $400,000.
Wow. Yeah, just to make clear, everyone who hasn't been to Atlantic City, there is a section, the Boardwalk, which is famous. A lot of casinos there. And there's an area in the city at the Marina, which has Golden Nugget, Harrah's, and Borgata.
Yes,
right.
And we've got a couple more Borgatas coming up. By the way,
okay, there you go.
Little foreshadowing.
All right.
May 21st, $100,000 on FanDuel Casino playing Evolution's Cash Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun game to play. A lot of good animated graphics in it.
Okay.
May 22nd, BetMGM.com. We've got $183,638.29, paying the classic NetEnt Divine Fortune.
Fun game.
Haven't seen Divine Fortune pop up too often anymore.
Did we just have one?
Last week we had one.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
But haven't seen it as often as it used to. I think a lot of people are moving on to some of these other games. May 23rd, we've got Brick and Mortar Borgata Atlantic City. $127,340.79, playing Light and Wonder's Huff and More Puff. Seeing that a lot more.
Yeah, seeing that.
Staying at Borgata in the Marina, Borgata Atlantic City, $106,859.75, playing Aristocrats Happy Lantern.
Happy Lantern. Okay.
That's an Asian theme.
Okay. Oh, is it
the Chinese lanterns?
The lanterns that they, you see people on the beaches and they release them. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Happy Lantern.
Happy Lantern.
And happy customer for winning
Absolutely.
$106,000 there. May 24th, we've got $125,000. We're staying in the Marina.
Okay.
We're going to Harrah's Atlantic City. Playing Bally Quick Hit.
Okay.
No idea what that is.
All right.
Staying in Atlantic City, but going to the Boardwalk, we're back at Hard Rock. Hard Rock Atlantic City, $106,937.52, playing Aristocrats Buffalo Cash Lightning Link.
Okay. Lightning Link.
Yes. We haven't seen Lightning Link again too often.
Yeah, I think they were last week or 2 weeks
well,
ago.
we'd never had them in Jersey Jackpots in a while.
Okay.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
talking about in terms of Jersey Jackpots.
Oh, okay.
We've got May 25th now. We've got $103,121.13 on BorgataCasino.com, the online site, playing Evolution's Tiki Fruits Totem Frenzy.
Okay. I don't think I've
Your
seen
guess
it.
is as good as mine.
I may have
on that
seen
one.
that. I don't know. Some of these, I don't know the names of. You're walking through the gaming floor, you just don't know what the hell the names are.
And then we have Borgata Atlantic City again. $100,000 on IGT's Red, White, and Blue Wild Star. Last of the week for Jersey Jackpots, we have May 26th, $101,034.05 at Tropicana Atlantic City, the brick and mortar.
Lovely.
IGT's Triple Play Joker Poker.
I love Tropicana. One of my favorite bars is in Tropicana. Firewaters.
That's in the underneath section.
Underneath, yeah, right.
It's not the people.
You got to go downstairs. It's
yeah.
kind of like the Yeah, it's right next to you walk in off the boardwalk and you can go right there.
Not to be confused with the Quarter, which is a different area.
The Quarter's upstairs from Firewars.
Yes. That's it for this week's Beating the House. Again, we only cover $100,000 or more, so there are a lot more winners out there. So congratulations to the winners we talked about, as well as the winners that are all out there for all jackpots of all sizes. And I'll see you next week with even more jackpots.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.
Drag a spotted chain across the desert plain. You build a house of cards around a lover's heart. Wild country in your head, gone dead, riverbed.